fact, there was a lot of disinformation which was coming in from Pakistan. That Pakistan jets had crossed over, that they had bombed air bases in India, that they had bombed our that our air defense systems had been bombed. Then there was this, which in the morning the Press Information Bureau of India has put out, that this is fake, because there was this thing that Shivani Singh, a squad leader with the Indian Air Force, was captured because she jumped out of the jet. And there was some fake video also which was put up. So, this, and then parallels drawn that Abhinandan ki jaise, now there's a woman pilot. Of course, by the time India has responded, about 3 to 4 hours have gone by to debunk this fake news. And then all the international outlets are running that, oh, Indian planes have been put down. So tell me about this propaganda machinery of Pakistan. You have seen this happening in Kashmir. You've seen this happening over our wars. Could you tell me a little bit about that?
So, Smita, I think at the outset, before getting into the details, I would really, venture out to say that Pakistan has mastered the art of manipulated narratives rather well. They keep seeing, they keep showing old videos. They would show any fake news with great blatancy and follow them up. Their public also laps it up very easily. Public doesn't really see. Their public doesn't really see the credibility of the news, but they lap it up because they want to. And we've seen videos and galore from different places. They, for example, 2 days ago I reported it. My own, I have a fake handle on my name, spreading absolutely vile information about what is happening in India. Then 2 days ago, I was on Al Arabiya channel with a Pakistan former member of parliament, Fawad Chaudhry. And, so the point is, it was exhausting to see the kind of lies Pakistan peddles and believes in. I mean, he was talking about the whole thing. He was talking about this is a Hindutva issue, they want to kill Muslims and things like that. So all I'm trying to get at is like this fake news that you told me about squad leader Shivani. And there are so many such news doing the rounds, and their audience totally believes it. And I think we also need to understand, one, that we need to understand that as much as this is a kinetic conflict, as much as it is in other domains like cyberspace and the other measures of water and diplomatic and economic measures, I think it is also a battle of the mind space. We must understand this. We must engage better. We must also put out our narrative. We must be in control, if not in control, at least on parity as far as narratives are concerned. I'm not trying to purport that we suggest that we should also start spewing out such false narratives. In fact, I would come from the point of view of credibility. We should put out credible narratives, but we should put them out. We should put out more of it in a more professional manner.
Okay. When we talk about Fawad Chaudhry and putting out this Hindutva narrative and all, it was Asim Munir who put out this thing about it being a long war and about, jihad and stuff like that, which he was talking about. And earlier army chiefs who've talked about it bleeding by 100 cuts. It's not India which has put out any Hindutva narrative. In fact, they have been attacking in the overnight. They have attacked Amritsar with gurdwaras in focus, churches in focus. And here is a visual just a short while ago. The Chief Minister of Jammu and Kashmir, Omar Abdullah, visited the temple. This what is the name? Shambhu Temple. Shambhu in Roopnagar. He went out there, and the people who were there said that what happened was that there was a drill which was, some of the sound bites which came out was that there were drills which were conducted in these areas earlier, 2 days back. So people knew what these drills were. Ki siren sunte hi, they should go inside. Otherwise, what happens at these temples is, especially some of these Prachin temples, is that 4 o'clock in the morning, people start going.
For the
right? Yes. Had the siren not come, there would have been huge casualties.
True.
Right? And so now, because there were sirens and because there were air raid sirens, people went inside and it only hit on abandoned buildings. The drones or projectiles or whatever it was. The debris has been collected. Please explain to me why they are attacking Indian places of worship.
I think it all ties in very well. First, we have the Pakistan Army Chief's speech where he talks about Hindu-Muslim being separate and a two-nation theory, and he talks about that. He's actually egging on some kind of a Hindu-Muslim divide to be created by a high-profile incident. In fact, why say egging on? Such high-profile terrorist incidents, and I will say this as a military man, that such high-profile incidents are only cleared only at the highest level. So I am very sure that the ISI and see what has happened in the recent days.
Pahalgam?
He has
Okay.
Pahalgam. So I'm saying what in Pakistan machinery, he was himself the ISI chief when we had those incidents in Pulwama. Also, he has appointed the current ISI chief as the national security advisor. So you see, it is ISI nexus that is closing in. So having said that, so such operations, such terrorist attacks, high-profile attacks are cleared at the highest level. So first comes his speech, then comes this carnage where males and females were segregated, Hindus and Muslims were segregated. It was a great show was made of it.
I mean Christians. I mean there was a Christian who was killed too.
Yes, yeah. So basically non-Muslims.
Yeah.
So they did that, and now attack on our religious places, the Hindu temple, a Sikh Gurdwara,
and a church in in Amritsar.
So they're trying to do that. Bleeding by 1,000 cuts. When I was co-commander in Kashmir nearly a decade ago, I remember the IB then brought out a report saying that now, this bleeding India by 1,000 cuts they are planning to put something else into motion called bleeding India by 1,000 revolts.
Oh.
And if you take your mind back, a decade ago, 7-8 years ago, we had massive protests in our country. Whether it was the farm agitation, whether it was the CA Act, the NRC issues.
Yeah.
So all these major protests, and there was proof of foreign hand in it.
Do subscribe to the ANI Clips channel to get shorter versions of this podcast. Click here to watch the full episode.